This is the anthem. Here's what you came for. This is the moment magic was made for. Come on, come on, let's light up the sky now. You feel the magic happening right now.
Hello there. Welcome back to Fan Fatales.
Take a ride with us on the Hogwarts Express.
Walk down Main Street with our best super pals.
And defy gravity as we talk about all things fandom.
Hello and welcome back to Fan Fatales, a member of the Real Fans Podcast Network. I'm Emma.
And I'm Gaby, and welcome back for our final episode of Winter Wonderthon, as well as our last episode of 2022. Woohoo!
Jeez, yeah.
It's been a year. But we also have a super special guest this episode. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? I mean, I think they already know, but
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. It's me, Andy DiGenova from Disorder and Holy Batcast and the original Real Fans show. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Thanks for inviting me onto your final winter holiday podcast.
Of course. It felt like a good way to wrap up the year.
Yeah, especially because we joined right around this time last year.
Yeah, like November.
Yeah.
Oh, well, happy anniversary. I missed it.
I know. It's been about a year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because I
exciting
remember, I
things.
think it was the Christmas Batcast episode. Or
That's
one
right.
Of them, you guys shouted us out, and that was the first time we were officially.
So where it got
I think.
official. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Well,
Yeah.
perfect.
Very fun.
It's a great way to celebrate the holidays, is our year
Yes.
anniversary.
I think
Yes.
so. I think it's a great thing to tack on,
Yeah.
Got all of the winter holidays and then dad's birthday, friends' birthdays, and then anniversary on top of it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Great things. So in this episode, we're going to kind of chat a little bit about our favorite winter or Christmassy things. I mean, Emma and I both celebrate Christmas. Andy, do you celebrate Christmas? Do you celebrate anything
do.
else?
I celebrate.
Yeah.
I celebrate Christmas. I respect all the winter holidays, but yes,
Yeah.
I have a Christmas tree.
Yeah. So this is probably going to lean a little Christmassy because we all do celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
I will say, for many years, I had a smaller Christmas tree that I kind of kept in the corner, and it was just blue and silver, and so it was really a Christmas tree. But my roommate would always give me a hard time and go, "Well, that's our Hanukkah bush," and I'm like, "Yes, that's our Hanukkah bush." So
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I used to have a dancing rabbi too that I would put out at Christmas time for my nod to Hanukkah, but
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
he got lost in the move somewhere, so I'll have to get a new one.
Yeah.
Aw. I mean, we've lost many things. We had a dancing Santa that I think got smashed in a box and he's gone.
Yep. And
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
We had
Mhm.
my family had the little people, whatever nativity set, and
Oh
I
my
have no idea
gosh.
where that went.
I considered buying one of those for my daughter, who is now 9.5 months old.
Yeah.
And I was like, but is it weird for her to be playing with the nativity little people and putting them in her mouth and stuff? Is that somehow sacrilegious? So I did not buy it for her because
Okay.
that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna chew
Yeah.
on little baby Jesus. And I
Yeah.
don't know if that's okay.
Yeah.
True.
I mean,
think Jesus would probably be okay with it. He would understand, right?
Yeah.
He seems like he was a cool guy. He was like, yeah, babies will be babies, but
yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how I would feel about it. Like if I were in your shoes, I'd be like, this
Yeah.
is weird.
I think I got
Exactly,
it for
right?
my first Christmas. I think my grandmother gave it to me or something like
nice,
that.
nice.
Okay,
so
that's nice.
I have no idea where it went. We took out all the Christmas decorations, and it's usually in my little box that we have, and it wasn't there. My Winnie the Pooh Christmas dolls were from my nursery back when I was a baby.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice. You guys still have all that stuff.
It's magical.
Yeah.
It is.
I still have my Christmas Muppet babies from McDonald's.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah, they're sitting
That-
out in the living room right now.
That's
That's
what's
a good one.
happening at my house right now with my Winnie the Pooh dolls. I think
Good,
we
yeah.
lost Pooh, But we have all of the others still. We have Tigger and Friends.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
Fun.
Sorry, we jumped ahead. Did we jump ahead?
No.
I don't
well, it
even
wasn't
know.
it wasn't a category, right? Like
No, I don't think
favorite
so.
favorite old Christmas toy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in. I mean, we're already conversing pretty well here. But we're gonna start with our favorite winter drinks. We said some with a little spice, a little something, and without alcohol, just for regular drinks.
Yeah.
Emma, do you want to go ahead and start off?
Sure. With alcohol or without first?
You choose.
Well, I love me some coffee. Peppermint mocha is always my go-to. I think I got it the first day that Starbucks had the peppermint mochas in stock,
Honestly, I think same.
and it's what's going to get
You
me
have
through this
to.
final
You have to ring in
exam
the season.
Yeah.
Yes.
As soon as they
Agreed.
put that menu up, you're like, it's sort of your duty to.
Yeah, it was like
Totally.
pumpkin spice, peppermint mocha.
Yeah. Plus, like, that's when you start getting the aesthetic cups.
Mm-hmm.
The red cups.
Also,
yeah.
The cups this year are amazing. They have
Yeah.
like 5 different ones. I've gotten like 3 of them and they're so good.
Yeah. Oh, and then my sorry.
I didn't know
Well,
if we were all gonna do like non-alcoholic
Yeah,
first, and
I
then
didn't either.
loop
So
back
that's why I was
around.
like, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Just roll
And
with
a
it. It's all
tradition
good.
Yeah,
with
just
my
go.
oh what?
No, we were
No,
just saying,
no, we're- no.
it's fine.
Okay.
We're being stupid. Ignore us.
Yeah.
And then a tradition on my mom's side of the family is the like mulled wine, so like the hot wine from like think England, Norway, kind of like all that, because that's my mom's side of the family is very Norwegian and English and all that, so we kind of brought that over, and that's a huge thing on Christmas Eve for my family.
Very fun.
Yeah, the German
only ever
markets also have it.
I've only ever had it a few times, and the few times I was like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
I also don't particularly like wine to begin with, so that's probably why. But
Yeah.
I mean, hey, everybody has their own preferences.
I have had it. It's been a
Okay.
minute, but it's one of those things where if you invite me over and you have any sort of seasonal beverage offering, I will try it because
Same.
'tis the season. You have to. So
Yeah,
I think
same.
that's how I had mulled wine. Is I was at a party and they were like, "Do you want to try mulled wine?" And I was like, "Yes, I will." And I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It's not my favorite, but we'll get to that in a second. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's good. It's got a little spice to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
what
like
is your
it.
favorite?
Well, my favorite non-alcoholic is it's close, but it's the peppermint white mocha.
Okay.
I
Okay, so-
love the peppermint white mocha.
So what's the difference? Like, I don't understand.
It's like white chocolate versus milk chocolate.
Yeah.
So it just has a different flavor. And for me, I feel like the white chocolate and the peppermint blend a little more seamlessly. I still like a
Okay.
peppermint mocha, but the
Yeah.
white chocolate peppermint is more my jam. And same, like I'm one of those people I like to keep I keep Christmas at bay until Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But when Starbucks puts up the menu, I was like, well, I have to celebrate today.
Yeah.
And so I had
Yeah.
the peppermint white mocha. So if you like white chocolate, I would highly recommend the peppermint
Yeah.
white mocha with non-fat milk, because then the peppermint really comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my jam. I get it hot or frappuccinoed if I'm want to treat
Okay.
myself. Yeah. And as for alcohol, I'm not a big drinker. I'll be honest. Like
Yeah.
I'll have a social beverage. But the reason I chose what I chose is because it's a cool memory, and I chose hot buttered rum.
Ooh.
And
Like
it's
butterbeer.
it kind of is actually, and it's really darn good. I've only
Okay.
had it one time, but I want to have it again. I got it because one year, and this was probably 10 years ago now, I went to the Dickens Fair in San Francisco.
Oh,
Ooh.
fun.
It's magical. It's like this massive convention center that for a weekend they turn into Dickensian England.
That's
And
I
like
want to
awesome.
go.
Oh, it's so cool. It's so
I
cool.
wanna
So yeah,
go.
San Francisco, it's always, I think, Thanksgiving weekend, and it was amazing. And everyone's like, you got to try the hot buttered rum. You got to try the hot buttered rum. And I'm like, fine, I'll try it. And it was good. It lived up to the hype because yeah,
Okay.
it did. It tasted kind of like a hot buttered beer, but with a little bit of that boozy taste to it. It was
Yeah.
good.
Interesting. Now I feel like we all have to like go. Like we're gonna be like, okay, let's go, San Francisco.
Yeah, Dickens Fair. Put it on your
Dickens
bucket
Fair.
list.
I
That
feel like
definitely
that's something they should offer at the Renaissance Fair here in November. I feel like that's like very
Yeah.
Renaissance-y, but I guess it's a little bit difficult to keep hot. So
Yeah.
for my choices, I mean, okay, I do love me a good peppermint mocha. That's like my go-to Starbucks, but I think I had to choose ponche because that's like it's like the smells of Christmas and it's like the spirit of Christmas. So what it is it's this Mexican tea, and it's oranges and cinnamon and tamarind fruit and crab apples, a little guava, and brown sugar, and you boil it. Oh, and it has a little bit of hibiscus flower too. And you boil it in this like giant pot full of water, and it makes this like really rich tea, and it's really like light and kind of sweet and warm and spiced. My mom and I always put cloves and like anise in it too, because it's like it like makes the whole house smell like oranges and cinnamon, and it's like the best. And if you want to make
I've
it
never
a little...
had it, but you sold me. I've
Yeah,
never had
it's
it.
I know.
it's
I've never had it
amazing.
either.
Yeah,
It's
when
very...
you said ponche, I was like, I don't know what that is. But
yeah,
I was
thank
like,
it's a
okay.
yeah, it's a
it
very
sounds like a battle cry. Ponche.
it's a
Yeah.
very like traditional Mexican drink. It's part of like the Christmas culture down there, and basically what it is it's like the celebration of the winter season, and you're supposed to drink it while you're traveling through like the town in this thing called Las Posadas, and that's where you go from like house to house.
I
And
do know that.
yeah,
You were
you're
talking
like...
about that last year.
Yeah, I think I did.
I learned that from like Saludos Amigos or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
yeah, they talk about it a little bit. But yeah, you go from like house to house, and you like sing Christmas carols and ask for entrance and entry into the house, and then eventually you find the house that's like hosting the party that year, and then they say, yes, you can come in, and then everybody comes in. It's supposed to be like symbolic of like Mary's journey while she was...
Oh,
Yeah.
so then you shouldn't let them in. You should turn them away
Yeah, exactly. But
until
there's
the
like
final
one
house. Yeah, the final
Yeah.
house is the manger, and like
Yeah.
that's like the
That's
lucky
exactly
house.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like all the other houses, and there's like one person who kind of knows where you're going, but everybody else just kind of follows. It's very fun. So yeah, that's kind of the story behind it. And then at least for the alcoholic drink, Emma is the one that actually turned me on to this like 2 years ago. And it's iced drink, and it's a little bit of Fireball, so cinnamon whiskey with cranberry juice and a little splash of orange juice, and it's just like, oh, it's really warm and cinnamony, and it just like, I love it. It's so good.
Yeah. And I think it was a bar that I go to up here. They do like a monthly, like 6 different drinks. And I think I sent her the menu, and that was one of them. And she tried it and has been sold ever since.
Yeah, when you went to do that elf trivia.
Which I'm doing again on Tuesday.
That'll be fun. I want to
Elf-
go.
Elf trivia, like the movie, or just
Yeah,
like
Will
elves in
Ferrell.
general?
Yeah, the Will Ferrell elf movie
Okay.
trivia.
Yeah, well, that makes more sense. That'd be easier, because if it was just trivia about like the race of elves, that would be harder.
I would not.
I'm down. I think it'd be fun.
I mean, I would try it, but I would
try
feel like
it,
I would have
be
less of
so
the
bad.
answers.
Yeah.
Because there are different kinds of elves, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
there's
like
like Lord of the Rings elves, right? There's Santa's elves.
Yeah.
There's the Keebler elves. Like,
Yeah.
gotta narrow
The
it down.
shoemaker elves.
Yes.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think the Keeblers are they're a special breed, those Keebler elves. They know how to make that chocolate in those trees pretty good.
They do.
Yeah.
Oh man, now that we're talking about this, I was just reminded of something that I was listening to a long time ago where they were talking about Keebler elves, and I don't even know where it came from, but I don't know why that just like stuck in my head. I don't even know what it was about, but I just remember it was funny. Geez,
Yeah.
that was a
That
super
was a
great
great
story.
joke. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
That
I
was
know.
a great story.
Great story. I know.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, ADHD. Um anyway, so I feel like, at least in my family, like Christmas, there's like a specific food that we always have. Or just like wintertime. I don't know. Do you guys have that? Like where it's like a very specific thing that you just like always have?
Yeah. On my dad's side of the family, my grandmother always does lasagna on Christmas Day because my aunt's vegetarian, so we can make like the meat one and the vegetarian one. And it's just an easy thing for us. On my mom's side, it is more so like traditional foods from like different like nationalities that we are. So like we'll do like Swedish meatballs and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I
I
didn't
don't
put
think-
any of those on.
I don't think we have that. Honestly, this question kind of threw me because I was like, I mean, I feel like, yeah, there's nothing super unique that my family does food wise during the holidays. It's all just the
Yeah.
standard Thanksgiving meal that you would expect. And then on Christmas, it tends to just be like Thanksgiving part 2, which I don't mind because I love that meal. It doesn't bother me. I know
Yeah.
that my sisters have mixed it up on occasion of being like, yeah, let's do lasagna, let's do something
Yeah.
because we just had this 4 weeks ago. But for me, I'm like, no, I like it. I'll eat it again. I'll eat turkey
Yeah.
and stuffing again.
Interesting. So I think our family is a little weird in that we do, well, okay, I guess it's not weird. We're traditional. We do like very traditional Mexican Christmas again. Where on Christmas Eve we have like Mexican food. You have tamales
Yeah.
and beans and rice and all that stuff. And then on Christmas Day for lunch we do like ham and stuffing and potatoes. And so,
Okay.
but it's like a very specific potato. I'll explain. And so it's like, so you'd
Give
like
me
take
one
the
second.
potato.
My computer's about to die, so I'm gonna get my charger real quick.
Okay.
You can continue the story.
Okay. So it's like essentially scalloped potatoes, but like instead of just using like cream, it's like cream of mushroom soup. But anyway, we were just talking about tamales, especially like the homemade ones are really good.
Yeah.
We order them from a lady because we don't like to make them. They're a lot of work. They're a labor of love,
They are, but you know.
Yeah.
but they're
My
delicious.
mom's side of the family, my grandmother will also order tamales. That's like part of the other foods that we'll do. So it's such a weird collection of food because it is like Swedish meatballs and tamales and all sorts of like
That's
random
fun. It
things.
sounds like a buffet at Epcot.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of this. I hope you have sushi there and
No,
crepes.
it's usually like a bunch of cultural foods. I don't know when tamales came into it though, because it's cultural foods and then tamales just
Tamales.
randomly. They
That's
do live
okay.
in Texas.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably why.
Yeah, I'll have to ask her.
I bet you they're really good tamales too.
They are because she doesn't make them. She gets them again from like whatever
Yeah.
restaurant or whatever.
I don't know about you guys, but at least for us, I feel like every like group of friends has like a tamale lady. Like everybody knows somebody, at least in, here. Like you got to know somebody who knows the tamale lady. Like, but you don't actually know the tamale lady.
Not for me. I don't know about you, Andy.
Now I'm on a quest to find the tamale lady. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you gotta.
Yeah, I'm sure there's someone.
Yeah,
I have an
you gotta-
arepa lady. Does that count? That's kind of close.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
I
But
mean-
I don't know if she does tamales, just arepas.
Okay.
I guess they're good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese arepas.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, cheese, pork, chicken. Like, yeah. She
All
had us
good.
over for arepas. It was great.
Yeah.
All good.
But not at Christmas.
No, not at
Aw.
Christmas. This is more Thanksgiving, but I'm still including it. My mom's stuffing is my favorite thing. It's my grandmother's recipe again with my mom's mother. In this, she puts like some sausage, like some spicy sausage into her stuffing, and it's so good, and I love it. I have like maybe a serving left in my fridge right now.
From Thanksgiving?
No, she made more after Thanksgiving.
Oh, I was gonna say.
No,
Or on Thanksgiving, you just make her make so much of it that you can keep some in your fridge for the entire month.
I mean, well, so my sister ended up, she's in the theater troupe in high school, and they went to New York the week of Thanksgiving to do like some workshops and see some shows and stuff like that. So my sister didn't get to spend Thanksgiving with us because she was in New York seeing the parade at the
Oh,
time.
that's fun.
But like she
Um,
also got to see the parade, so
Yeah. So my mom made extra food for her like 2 days later, like that
Aw.
Saturday, and it included the stuffing because I made her make more.
Aw, I love your mom. She's so nice.
Yeah.
I don't know her, but she
Um,
seems great.
She
Okay.
is. She's great.
I trust you.
Yeah. But another thing is baked potato soup. I love it so much. It's great. My mom does like BLTs with it whenever we do it. And it's just like once the weather gets cold, I'm like, I need this baked potato soup because it is just like that warm, feeling.
Has it gotten like cold for you guys? Like cold yet?
I'm in Tallahassee right now, so it's cold up here. I don't know about down where you are, Andy.
It's not cold, but it is cooler, and I will take that.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Fair.
it was like 65, and I was like, that's great. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've got going on here. But like in the mornings, it's like 40 degrees and I'm like freezing my butt off.
Yeah.
Like walking into work in a parka and I'm leaving in like a t-shirt. So layers.
That's pretty much me up here. I think the high today was 75 in Tallahassee.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it seems pretty close to what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's so high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was putting up my Christmas decorations the other night, Friday night, and as soon as it gets dark, all the mosquitoes come out, and so they ate me alive. And I'm like, it's December, mosquitoes. What are you
Yeah.
doing here? Like, why don't you hibernate or die? Like, why are you
No.
still hanging out in December?
No.
That
Not
was
in
very
Florida.
so now I'm scratching all over because of
Aw.
Yeah.
it was worth it because the holiday decorations got completed. So
There you go. I know
That's always best.
when I
is, like,
left
done.
last Sunday after Thanksgiving, all the in the house decorations were up, but I don't think the lights were up. So we'll see if that happened in the span of 2 weeks.
Probably.
My dad was gonna do it the day I came down for Thanksgiving break, but it ended up raining all day. It was that Sunday, whatever, and it just rained all day.
Well, I have faith in your dad. I think he'll get him up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, we already kind of talked about yours, Andy, if you want to bring it up again, but
well, just because I mean mine is different than Emma's.
Yeah.
oh, this
Like
is
I
true.
also love stuffing. Stuffing is my jam. I eat
Yes.
stuffing at Thanksgiving, and that's why it was a tricky one. I don't really have like a winter food,
Yeah.
but I know I'm going to get stuffing at least twice in the holiday season, and so that's going to count. But here's the thing: maybe this is sacrilegious. Just give me stovetop. I'm just happy as can be. Just give me
Okay.
stovetop. Yep, they perfected it. It's perfect. Everyone
Yeah.
else can stop trying. Just bring me stovetop. I had 2 Thanksgivings this year, okay? One was with homemade stuffing, one was with stovetop. The homemade stuffing, I don't even know if it counted as stuffing. It was like alien food. Like it was all like soppy and it was not good. And I still ate it because I'm like I would rather have bad stuffing than no stuffing.
Oh my gosh.
But then fortunately my sister was like, "No, I just get stovetop." And I'm like, "See, this is make it
Yeah.
easy on yourself. Spring for the $2 for a box." And it's delicious.
Yeah.
I just wow.
You don't like stovetop? Who doesn't
No,
like stovetop?
I don't.
What? Who doesn't like stovetop?
I don't know. I think it's like I don't know. I don't know if we just have like okay, my dad used to make stovetop. And I don't know if he just like didn't make it right, but every time we made it, it was just like mush.
Oh.
Yeah. It was like gross mush.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now we normally also have stovetop because again, my aunt's vegetarian, so we do have to have like kind of like 2 options. So
Like but I also am like very averse to like raisins and carrots, and so like when people
Yeah.
like start loading up their homemade stuffing with crap like that, like spicy sausage I can get in, like that
Yeah.
that sounds good, but like where it's like full like raisins and
No.
no.
Okay, raisins and stuffing is awful.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
yes, I agree.
That's why stovetop. It comes pure and unadulterated, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
It's just bread.
It is. It is
Yeah.
breads and herbs and spices
Yep.
and a lot of butter.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
So
All right. Wow.
let's see here. Trying to think of like a smooth transition into this one.
Well, after we eat our favorite winter foods, you got to have dessert,
Yeah.
and nothing is more desserty than Christmas cookies.
Yes. And
There you
actually,
go.
the day we're recording this, December 4th, is the National Cookie Day.
Oh, happy National
Yeah.
Cookie Day.
Yes, happy National Cookie Day.
I found that out like an hour ago from another RA. And I was like, oh, cool.
Well, there you
The
go.
more you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had no clue.
Yeah, we
Didn't
need that
either.
like we need like the rainbow with the shooting star. The more
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what are the faves?
Andy?
Oh, you want me to go first? I mean,
Sure.
I will eat pretty much any Christmas cookie
Yeah.
you put in front of me, but like, yeah, I just plain old Christmas sugar cookie in some sort of festive shape, but then with as much frosting as you can put on top of it,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
maybe some sprinkles, like, yeah, just straight up sugar cookie with frosting.
Yeah.
I have a controversial possibly
Uh-oh.
question.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Loft House cookies or no Loft House cookies?
What are those? What are Loft House cookies?
The soft fluffy cookies with like the boatload of like buttercream frosting that you get in the grocery store.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
I like those. Yeah.
Okay. I agree.
I
I
like
think
'em.
Loft House cookies are the best
Yes.
because they're like just so good.
I didn't know that's what they were called, but
I
it's
didn't
funny
either.
because now is the season, and this isn't one of your questions, but I also waste too much time in December watching made for cable Christmas movies
Oh, same.
because
Same.
they're the best. And
Yeah.
there was like a whole subplot about, the dad eating too many Christmas cookies, and like in the end, of course, he's Santa. But but what cracked me up is the whole time he was eating those. And I'm like, they literally just went to Walmart and bought a bunch of freaking cases of these because
Yeah.
that's all he ate the whole movie. And I was like, I know those. Like when all else fails, you pick those up on your way to a party
Yeah,
because everyone likes them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 I don't know if that's like if it's like a big thing just here or if it's like everywhere, but like that's like a very divisive question here in California.
Oh,
People either love them or
Really?
hate them.
I've
Yeah.
never met anyone who hated them because again,
Same.
I have brought them to many parties because again, they're quick and easy and they always disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
part
always-
of a theme park club here on campus, and there were 2 cases of them when I went to our holiday party on Friday. By the time I left, like an hour and a half into it, they were all gone.
See?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good.
Here
I'm
it's
glad we
like-
can all agree.
Yeah.
I love them, but there's a lot of people here that I know that are like, oh my gosh,
Oh.
those are the worst.
Interesting.
And I'm like, okay, you can get off your high horse and just admit they're delicious.
Yeah.
Listen.
Listen.
No man is too rich to enjoy one of those cookies, okay?
Exactly. You may get a whole case of 12 for
Or
$2.
some stovetop stuffing. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm a man of simple tastes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heel tact. No, I'm just kidding. But I as much as I love those, I do have to say that my favorite is actually more because of the tradition than because of the actual cookie itself. But I really love these snowflake cookies that me and my mom make. They're this like super simple sugar cookie dough, and it
Mhm.
makes like a crap ton of dough. And so we always split it up, half chocolate, half vanilla. And we cut out a bunch of snowflakes, and then we take white icing and like a really, really thin piping tip and like decorate them really pretty and like really thin and delicate. And then there's like a little pile in the corner of my mom's where she like splooged the frosting too much or like pressed too hard and the bag exploded. And there's like one wonky
would.
eye going that way on a gingerbread man. It's very fun. So that's like part of it. But like also gingerbread too.
Yeah.
I love me a good gingerbread.
It's a staple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah. So my two that I had kind of came from more recent holidays. My mom and her friends used to do like an ornament exchange, but since they've started doing cookie exchanges where they bake a bunch of cookies and then like they get to take some home. And two, my
That
mom will
sounds
always
so fun.
yeah, it's great because we get all the like my mom doesn't even like really have to worry about Christmas baking anymore because we get a crap ton of cookies from that.
Win.
Yeah. But two that my mom always makes, and one that my sister and I have made for a while is snickerdoodles, which
Mm.
are like the cinnamony sugar cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister and I have made those for years. And then chocolate crinkle cookies, which have like the powdered sugar on top. I don't know how to describe them.
Oh,
They're like dark
yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah. They're like
Yeah.
it like the sugar makes like a crust on the outside and so it's like
Yeah,
white.
and it like
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
it like creates like the crack. I like couldn't remember the name of it, so I typed in like chocolate crack cookies and it was crinkle.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, do you like them when they're like rounded or do you like them when they're like super flat?
Rounded.
Hmm.
That's how it always is over here though. Or with my mom's.
I think it depends on the recipe, more
Yeah.
butter, less butter.
Mhm.
But anyway, all
So
good, all good.
you mentioned snickerdoodles, and do you know
Yes.
what snickerdoodles always remind me of?
What?
Is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Because they always give you snickerdoodles as you walk around the park, snickerdoodles and
Yeah.
hot chocolate. And so I can't
That's-
taste a snickerdoodle without like imagining being at the Magic Kingdom.
That's probably where that tradition came from.
Yeah.
My parents met while working for the park, so I wouldn't be surprised if that.
I feel like I've heard you say that. That's so
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, you mentioned something about your parents on their college program, and
My mom
yeah.
did the college program. They both were over at MGM Studios back in the day.
Fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, snickerdoodles at the Very Merry Christmas Party.
Yes.
This year I will not be attending,
I will not either.
but it's because I'm going to Dollywood.
Okay.
My chance was the tickets my friend got was literally for the weekend that me and my wife and our daughter were going to Dollywood for the weekend to see their Christmas stuff.
Okay.
So I'll live.
But
Yeah.
like also Dollywood.
I know.
What?
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm so
that's
excited.
exciting.
That's so fun. When
Yeah.
we went to Nashville, we tried to get in at like the Dolly Parton themed restaurant at the Graduate Hotel, and we couldn't because I missed the reservation date by like one day, and they were already full, and I was so bummed.
Oh, curses.
That was a great trip though.
That was a very fun trip. We got to go again.
Yeah.
Maybe for Christmas time this time in the winter.
Christmas makes everything more magical.
Yeah.
It really does.
And like
It really
Christmas
does.
cookies are magical. And you know what? There's nothing better than having a Christmas cookie while watching a classic Christmas TV special.
Yes.
This is true.
Yes.
Especially those
such a
classic
good
Rink
transition.
and Bass ones.
Yeah. Those ones are great.
I got you,
yeah.
Gaby.
You're like killing these transitions. Oh, love it.
Well, I've been doing it since you guys were in diapers. So.
Okay, I don't think that long.
Yeah.
But
Gaby's
yes.
usually the one to come up with transitions, and then I'm like, "Oh, that was good. What's going
Yeah.
on?"
I'm enjoying the conversation too much. It's such a good conversation. I'm enjoying
It
it.
makes you feel all Christmassy, right?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. But yes.
We recorded 2 Christmas episodes for the Real Fans show this weekend. So I'm just in Christmas podcasting mode.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. When I close my eyes, I just see Sugar Plums
Lights.
dancing and
Yeah.
and the Grinch making out with Clark Griswold and all kinds of weird stuff.
Oh, the Grinch.
Oh man. I'm just picturing. Okay. So yeah.
So
going back-
specials, specials, Rink and Bass. We love them.
Yeah.
They're
Classic.
fabulous. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Gabby, what's your favorite Rink and Bass classic stop motion special?
I love how like Andy's slowly taking over. It's great.
I'm just trying to help. Just trying to be helpful.
No, it's good. It's good. I just think it's funny. No, you're good. You're good. So mine is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, mostly because I love Hermie.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just love him. The one thing I hate about it though is that noise that like that noise that it makes when Rudolph's nose lights up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, the like
yes.
Oh yes. That's like
yeah. It's like
and
a weird squeaky
so
thing. Yeah.
loud.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing that I'm just like, I love this movie, minus that.
Yeah. My favorite is also Rudolph, partly because of Hermie as well. But also this is the one I remember seeing the most as a kid. And like my mom always quoting like no one likes a skinny Santa and like all the other quotes that are just real popular, Silver and Gold playing. Yeah. So that one's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And Mr. and Mrs. Claus call each other Mama and
Mama
Papa.
and Papa.
Mama
Yeah.
and Papa.
Eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do enjoy that one.
Yeah.
Hermie's great because I have had not one but two friends in my life who look like Hermie the elf.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Goals.
One being Scott, who has been
Yeah.
on Disorder, has been on Real Fans, Futurama. He looked like Hermie the elf, especially when I first met him because he had this big swoopy blonde hair, just like Hermie.
The emo
awesome.
bang.
Totally. But I'm also a big sucker for the Bumble, the abominable snow monster. I love
Yeah.
him.
Oh,
So
yes.
I have an inflatable of him in my yard. So,
That's
but
awesome.
He's
the
very
downside of Rudolph, you guys know, right? Is that's the jerk Santa.
Yeah.
Santa is not nice in that one. And
Yeah.
he's just not cool, you know.
No, he's
He's like,
not.
yeah. We always like to say that in the Santa Claus with Tim Allen, the Santa that falls off the roof is the Santa from Rudolph.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he finally got what he deserved.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning when he's like, "Oh, Donner, you better hide that
Yeah,
guy."
yeah. You
Like,
should be
what?
ashamed of yourself. What? We just had a kid. We didn't.
Yeah.
we
just
didn't
had a kid.
choose.
We didn't
Come
choose
on.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Fine.
and he
We
goes
didn't
to
know
this would happen.
the elf rehearsal and he's like, still needs work. Bye. And he just walks out the room.
Yeah. Yeah. He's all, "Oh, this is not good. I'm out."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And, like,
Santa.
Doesn't offer any advice or
Mhm.
any help.
No, that's
No.
I'm glad we replaced him later. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
good. I do like Rudolph. My favorite though, I think is Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah.
Just because I love how creative that one is about like trying to explain the different things about Santa and why he wears a red suit and why he has a beard and why he delivers toys. And it's just,
Yeah.
I think it's very cool that they were very creative in like writing that all into one story. So,
Yeah.
and Mickey Rooney Santa, Mickey Rooney does the voice.
Yes.
He's a much
Yeah.
friendlier, happier Santa.
Yeah.
I was
And
just gonna
so
say,
I like him. Yeah.
And he's not a jerk.
exactly.
No.
And he's
Yeah.
a very nice guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
that's
villain's
fair.
name is the Burgermeister Meisterburger. And how can you not like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a good one.
That's what I'm going to name
Yeah.
my second kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Don't
would
tell-
that
don't tell
nickname
Catherine.
be?
Oh, man.
Burger? No.
Yeah. Little burger. Little
Little-
burger. Little burgs.
Yeah. That'd be a
Yeah.
Ooh,
That would
that'd
be
be
fun.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right. I'm going to ask my wife, see how she feels about that.
I mean, honestly, with some of the names that people are naming their kids now,
I know, right?
probably
Yeah,
will fit
who
in.
was it?
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Malibu Barbie. Wasn't that like Trisha Paytas' kid's name? or
Don't tell
someone?
me.
Yeah.
Someone actually named their kid Malibu Barbie.
Yeah.
Wow.
First
Okay.
name Malibu, second middle name Barbie.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, hey, man. Live and let live.
Yeah.
Good for them. Burgermeister Meisterburger.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Not going to be so weird.
DiGenova. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did talk about specials, but what about
Mhm.
like movies just in general? Like do you have a favorite just like movie in general? Like
Aside from the 800 Lifetime and Hallmark Christmas movies that I watch, like
yes.
Yeah.
where a big city gal with a successful career goes back to her hometown.
Why is it always like a lawyer or like a baker
Yeah.
Yeah.
or a
And-
journalist?
Right.
Or a journal. I was about to say, Gabby, we love the Christmas Prince here
Yes.
on Netflix.
We do.
Which is a journalist goes to a small town to report on the prince who's thinking about getting rid of his throne on
A small
Christmas Eve.
kingdom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll say
Yeah.
I really liked the Lindsay Lohan one on Netflix. That was a pretty good one.
I haven't watched
It's
it
not
yet.
it's not my answer for my favorite Christmas movie, but if you've got 90 minutes to kill, the Lindsay Lohan one on Netflix, which is what, Falling for Christmas,
Something like that.
it's worth watching.
Okay.
I liked the one with that guy from This Is Us. I think it's called like Noel's Diary. Something like
Oh,
that.
I don't know if I know that one, but that's the other thing is whoever the female lead is, her name is usually something like Mary, Noel,
Well,
Yeah.
Holly, lots of
Yeah.
Holly.
Lots of Holly. But yeah, the main gal, her name was actually Rachel, but Noelle was like her mom or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair
interesting.
enough.
So
For real movies,
Yeah,
so like
yes.
that like comes out in theaters and stuff, or used to.
Yeah.
yeah.
You can go first, Emma. I don't think you've gone first in a minute.
So I couldn't choose. And Gabby knows my last one way too well.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I'm gonna save it for last. The Grinch 2000. I love that movie. That was the first Christmas movie this year I've watched. I don't know why. I just chose to. I am
I
a
think
very
same.
recent. Yeah. I'm a very recent Universal annual pass holder, and I've already seen Grinchmas. Yeah.
Good.
And I love
We were there
Grinchmas.
today.
Really?
Yeah, we were there
Okay.
today.
Should have
I
gone.
went
Have you
there-
been in the tribute store? There's a Grinch room.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, my boyfriend and I went the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and we did Grinchmas and like everything. Basically, just Grinchmas. We stayed in that area.
Yeah.
His cousin is friends with Cindy Lou, and
Oh,
her
fun.
friend was there that day. So,
Cool.
Very
Yeah.
fun.
so yeah, I love Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. That one's always been my favorite thing. I grew up with the animated one, but 2000.
I love the Cindy Lou from the animated one. And I love that in the 2000 version, there's like a cameo of her for like 2 seconds.
Really?
It's great. Yeah.
From like the original?
Yeah, like it's not like the actual actress, but it's like the little girl with like the little like reindeer things.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And like the pink nightgown and the little ponytail.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
The Jim Carrey Grinch, I'm a big fan of that one too.
yeah.
It just
Carrey
makes
Grinch.
it just makes me
Yeah.
laugh so hard.
Same.
He's deranged and it's hilarious. I love
Yeah.
him in that.
Yeah. And like
Um,
he actually can move his face in the way you see in the movie. It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like the muscle control on that guy is crazy.
yeah. Elf is another one. Again, grew up with Elf, watching it. That is also a huge family tradition. Actually, I didn't even put down my family's tradition, which is A Christmas Story, on my list. We watch it every Christmas morning. But for non-Christmas movies that are still winter movies, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I love The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Gabby knows this. We did my birthday
Yes.
episode on Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe this year.
Yes.
It just gives me that
All
like,
3 Narnia movies, actually.
yeah, on all 3. It just gives
Oh,
me that
really?
like, yeah.
Mhm.
I love Narnia. I grew up with it. Actually, like right above me is my Narnia map I got at a convention this year.
Aw.
Nice.
But I don't know. The first one just gives me that like warm Christmas winter feel, especially with the Father Christmas scene where he gives the 3 kids their, weapons that they use in the final battle. And just the lamppost. I wanted to make a Narnia tree last year and I never did. And I'm still mad. I need to do it this year.
This year, for sure. Also, can I just say, I never thought I'd see Santa giving children swords and weapons
And bow and arrow.
yeah.
They're
Unless they were like,
gifts. They're
yeah.
gifts.
They're gifts.
Yeah. I will say I love this choice because it's a little unexpected, but I love
Yeah.
that movie. I think it's a great movie. And I remember sitting in the theater and Santa shows up and he's like, here you go. And
Yeah.
he starts handing out weapons. And I was like, you know what? I'm here for it. Go Santa. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and plus
power
it's
move.
been like thousands of years since Christmas was in Narnia until the Pevensies show up. So
Mhm.
why not make it a Christmas winter movie?
Yeah.
It's symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. So I only wrote down 2, but I actually have like quite a few favorites because of various reasons, but I'll just talk about these 2 for now. So Emma already mentioned Elf. Elf is my number one favorite. I watch it every single year. I can quote the entire thing. I know the whole thing. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Seen it 1.5 million times. But the second one is the Polar Express. And that one is, it has like so many core memories for me, especially around Christmas time, that I don't know, it just like hits right in the feels. And I feel like a lot of people have that.
Yeah. My family, when my grandparents lived in North Carolina, my dad's side, I guess there was a train that they transformed into the Polar Express every Christmas.
Somebody just sent me that.
Yeah, so I went on it a couple times when I was like 5 or 6 with my family, and they did the whole hot chocolate like dance routine and all that.
Yes. One of my friends who lives in Ohio just sent me that on like TikTok, and I lost my mind. I was like, why is nobody taking me to see this? And then I looked one up, and the closest one is in Paris, California, which is so far away. So big sad. But yes, that's really cool. That's a very fun experience. And I hope one day to be able to.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on it. Maybe it'll come to your town.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, hey, San Diego has so many railways. I'm sure they can give up one for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy? What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Well, I only picked one because I was trying to follow the rules. I mean, because like you said, there's so many and we love so many of them. But like if I had to just pick one, I went with Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Because this was one that like me, especially me and my siblings, we just watched nonstop when it came out, when we were young. And it's one of those movies now that I have seen it so many times that like I almost don't even need to watch it anymore because like I know the whole darn thing by heart, but I still get happy every time I watch it every year.
Yeah.
I just think it's hysterical and I love that it's lived on, and it's one that because I have such great memories of it with my family, and we quoted it for whatever 30 years now that it's just one. If I'm gonna pick truly my favorite, it's probably that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like the repetition of these movies is like very common. Like it's like every family's got one.
Right. That's just it. Every year you've got your list. You got to watch your movies. Mm-hmm. There are ones where you're like, yeah, I can't wait to watch it this year. And I mean, I feel like so many movies, I've always said, like, you want to achieve immortality, make a Christmas movie, because even the crappy ones get shown every year. So
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like on Freeform's 24 Days of Christmas or 25 Days of Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they've made so many, they've made so many Christmas movies, right? Like over the years, but they've also made so many versions of A Christmas Carol, which is one of the most famous Christmas stories ever told.
Absolutely. And okay, confession time right now. I have never seen any version of A Christmas Carol in my entire life.
I don't believe you.
That can't be true. Believe it.
That cannot be true.
Legit do not believe that, Gaby.
No, dead serious. I was terrified by the ad for Disney's A Christmas Carol, the one with Scrooge. Nope. Never seen it.
None.
None. Not even the Muppets.
Not Mickey's Christmas Carol?
Nope. Not a single one.
Not Muppet Christmas Carol, not Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Nope.
My family my theater class, my theater director showed us Scrooge like right before winter break, and that's the only time I've seen that one.
And then this year is Spirited with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Which we watched last night, and it's fabulous. Have you watched it yet?
I had not. I almost wanted to watch it just to see if it beat out my favorite.
From what I know of you guys, y'all love musical theater. Yes,
we do.
It is a bona fide balls to the wall musical, and it's awesome.
Okay, so this may have to be my first.
It's really good. So Spirited.
I honestly didn't even know it came out. So
yep, it's an Apple movie, but like it's also in theaters, I guess. But it's really
interesting. Good. Yeah.
I can't. Okay. There's got to have been some version of A Christmas Carol you saw. That just doesn't add up.
Yeah,
But
I think-
okay, I'm
I think
trusting
the
you.
closest thing would be the Boy Meets World episode that was somewhat loosely based on A Christmas Carol.
That's just
Okay.
it. It's like every sitcom has done a Christmas Carol episode.
Yeah.
I think that's the closest thing is the Boy Meets World episode.
All
Okay.
right. That kind of counts. Kind of.
Kind of.
But not
All right.
really.
Yeah.
All right.
Andy, what's your favorite?
My
version of A
favorite is one
Christmas
that
Carol?
Gabby just mentioned. It's the 2009 Disney's A Christmas Carol
Yeah.
with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that one's
love
great.
that one.
That one is
Oh, I
great.
love it. It's like it's not quite perfect. I have like
No.
little nitpicks, and someday on Disorder when we do it, I will discuss those. But it is so accurate and like faithful to the original text.
Yeah.
And I think Jim Carrey is so great as Scrooge and as all of the ghosts. I think he's so
Yeah.
great in all those roles. And because we got Jim Carrey in 2009 as opposed to even 2000 in The Grinch, like I love in The Grinch,
Yeah.
but in Grinch he's still doing Jim Carrey. In Christmas Carol he gives a much more nuanced and measured performance, and he's amazing. And I love it because maybe it's the reason you don't love it, Gabby. Like it leans into the ghost story part. Like
Yeah.
it's like yes, it's a Christmas story, but it is a ghost story, and like
Yeah.
it's scary. Like
Yeah.
but I love it. Like I'm super into that. And it's beautiful, like it looks great, the music is great,
Mhm.
and it's scary and it's wonderful. Yeah, it's one that speaking of ones that I just get excited to watch every year, that's one of them.
Yeah.
I think like you mentioned, like it's super dark and scary. And so just the advertisement like scared the pants off of me. I was
Oh,
like, never
yeah.
gonna watch this. Nope.
I
Yeah.
remember sitting in the theater and like, I mean, the fact that they even branded it Disney's A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were moments where I was like, oh my God, if you brought little kids to this,
Yeah.
they'd be peeing
They'd
their
be- yeah.
pants. Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite is actually another one that Gabby mentioned, being the Muppets Christmas Carol. Again, another one that I grew up with. When my dad worked at MGM, he was part of opening cast for the Muppet 3D over there.
Ah,
So
fun.
Muppets have always been a huge thing in my family. I remember watching the original Muppet movie young age. So I think this must have been one of my first ones. Maybe Mickey's Christmas Carol first and then Muppets. But I love it so much. I love just everyone like Kermit being Bob Cratchit and everything like that. And it's just a really fun way to tell it, especially with, is it Gonzo that's Charles Dickens?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's the narrator, bringing you through the story with Rizzo the rat tagging along, and it's just real fun and cute, and the music's great.
But the sad part of that is there's no cheeses for us Mises.
No.
Yeah. And that's Gabby, it's lost on you, but
Yeah.
Yep. Just
But-
woo, right over my
but
head.
that's okay.
I watched this one the other day. I think I sent a picture of it to our editor Kara, like just like a snapshot of like, look what I'm watching, and this is her favorite version of A Christmas Carol. So she was like, "How are you watching? What? How dare you watch it without me?" Like all this stuff. I'm like, you didn't tell me you were free.
And this is the 30th anniversary of the Muppet Christmas Carol this year. So on Disney Plus, they just restored the extended version with the deleted
Yeah.
song.
I haven't watched that version yet. I need to.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I guess
we did a Disorder episode last year about it. And
Okay.
the first time I saw the Muppet Christmas Carol was on VHS. Did you,
Yeah.
you guys know VHS?
yes.
But like in the VHS, the deleted song was in there, and so
Okay.
I didn't know it was deleted. Like to me that was always part of the movie, and then I
Yeah.
learned later about this controversy of it was in, then it was out, then it was in, then it was out. But now, as of today, what is it? December of 2022.
Yeah.
It's back in.
Okay.
Like officially forever, or just like for now.
Who knows?
Who
We'll
knows?
find out. But for now, on
Yeah.
Disney
Dude.
Plus, it's back in.
Now that Bob Iger's back, he may be like, no, take it out.
Yeah, maybe he hates it. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
It's what? It's a small sacrifice to pay to have him back.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I know.
Gabby and we were literally like sitting down to record, what was it, our Christmas story episode
No, I think it was Elf.
or Elf. And I get a text from my friends being like, Bob Iger's back, and I was like, no. And I went, Gabby, hold on. Let me fact
Yeah.
check this before I tell you. And then I told her, and we were just like freaking out about it, like
Yeah.
right before recording Elf.
Like nearly crying happy tears.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Everybody that I've talked to is like, let's go. Like
Yeah.
so excited.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's good. So
so you did
yeah.
mention that the new Christmas Carol is a musical.
It is
Same with
the
so
Muppets
many
one.
great new Christmas
Yes.
songs
Yes.
that are part of Spirited.
Yeah, and Muppets Christmas Carol is also a musical.
Yeah.
So yeah, Christmas songs though, there's like so many that are new and old and just do you have any favorites? Like any ones that like particularly stick out to you?
I have 1,000 favorites.
I mean,
so
same.
Same.
I'm gonna start with 1,000 and work my way up to one. So
There we
get
go.
comfy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the very bottom is the hot chocolate song from Polar
Yeah.
Express. That's the very bottom. That's number
That's like
1,000.
That's like number 50.
Oh, is that your jam? Is that your
No.
jam?
Not my jam, but it's like up there.
we always joke. We're like, I
Mine
don't
is the
think
chipmunk one. The like
Oh, is that your hated one? The
Yeah.
chipmunk one? Okay. Yeah, everyone has a Christmas song they hate.
This
That
is
like
true.
when it comes on, they're like, ah.
Yeah.
So yours is now I'm curious. Yours is Chipmunks. Gabby, what's yours?
Yeah.
What's the
I
one?
don't
What's the
even
Christmas
know.
song that makes you go, no, turn it off?
Probably Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Makes sense. For
I don't know,
me,
it just gets stuck.
it's the John Lennon. So this is Chris. Oh, I
That
can't.
one's
I
kind of
can't.
yikes sometimes too.
Oh, it's
I also
just
don't like
too
the
much.
Jingle Bells where they do the JINGLE
Oh, I
bells.
love that
I don't like
one.
it.
I don't know if I know that one, honestly.
Oh, that one's good. It's like I don't know. I think it's the
That's like
Andrews
how they started,
sisters.
and I'm like,
Oh.
Jingle Bells is such a classic. Like, don't mess it with it, and add this like weird spelling out of the word Jingle Bells.
I think theirs is the original too.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, so we talked about the bottom.
Yes.
What's like top tier, like best. Can't not listen to it.
So I have two since we're
Okay.
cheating and we're picking
Yeah.
multiple answers.
We always do.
I picked two. My two favorite Christmas songs. I have one that is like the Jesus-y Christmas song
Okay.
Same.
and the non-Jesus-y Christmas song. So the Jesus-y one is Oh Holy Night. I love Oh Holy
Yeah.
Night. I think it's beautiful. And then the more would that be more traditional? I don't know. Whatever. The other
The more-
one, secular, non-secular. I can't remember what's secular and what's non-secular. Whatever.
Yeah.
The non-churchy one is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And because those are my two favorite Christmas songs, I literally have a playlist that is only versions of those two
That's
songs.
awesome.
Yes.
And it's called Have Yourself an Oh Holy Night. And so it is literally like 50 songs, but 25 versions of each of those, just back and
I
forth,
love
back and
that.
forth, back and forth.
Amazing. Also, I think you need to name like all my playlists from now on because that's
Yeah.
such a good title.
Yeah.
Listen, I have no skills that make me money, but of useless skills, playlist is one of them. Yeah.
I can make a mean
feel that.
playlist.
I'll
Title?
tell you.
Gone.
It's like-
Yeah.
Title I'm all party playlist. Christmas.
That's okay. So
Yeah.
you got to be able to find it in a pinch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Um,
yeah, those there you go.
So if we're doing like the Christmassy or the like churchy and non-churchy, Away in a Manger is my favorite like churchy one. I don't know why. It just always is around, and I love hearing that song and everything. But When Christmas Comes to Town was the first one that I thought of. It's from the Polar Express. A couple years ago, I was performing in a charity like performance for breast cancer awareness, and we did a Christmas cabaret, and I sang this song for it. And just hearing that song reminds me of that, and just like watching Polar Express when I was younger and everything like that. So I love that song so much.
It is a good song.
Yeah.
Arguably the best song in the entire
Polar
Express movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So question. So obviously like that one, there's really only one version. There's the Polar Express
Yeah.
version. But for like Away in the Manger, is there like do you have like a favorite version or one that someone sings?
No. I think it became one of my favorites because my church back home in Orlando we do like a walkthrough of the Christmas story. So it starts with like Mary and Gabriel and ends with the wise men coming, and they always do away in the manger for the scene that would be Jesus's birth.
Mm.
They always play it. So that kind of reminds me of going to that younger, and it's just become my favorite since.
All right.
That-
Great.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
That's also really cool. I like the idea of that. Like, is it like people or is it just like
Yeah, it's people. I was Mary a couple times in it when I was younger.
Go girl. Okay.
I'm actually going to it next weekend.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So, okay. I guess we're going with this theme still. So I also have a favorite like Jesus song and a favorite non-Jesus song. I don't know. You're right. That is very hard to like. I guess churchy,
and
non-churchy is the best. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
One of them's
Yeah.
secular, one of them's non-secular. I just never remember which is
Which
which.
Same.
Yeah.
Never remember.
So my favorite like churchy one has got to be Mary Did You Know? I love that song.
Oh, the Dolly
Yeah.
Parton version.
The
I
Dolly
love the
Parton version's
Pentatonics.
Thanks.
good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
But I specifically, especially this year, have come to love the Carrie Underwood version of that
Oh,
song.
all
Okay.
right. Cool. Still, I'm
Also-
sure Dolly'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, they're like country sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Also-
Pentatonics also does a great one. for
That's what
that.
I was gonna say. Is the Pentatonics one is also pretty up there. It's really good. That used to be my favorite until I heard the
Okay.
Carrie Underwood one. And then my favorite like non-churchy song is the Christmas song, which is the chestnuts roasting on an open fire, but it's specifically the Nat King Cole version. I do not like
Yeah.
anybody else's. It has to be the original.
You can't beat the Nat King
No.
Cole version.
No.
It's magic.
Like I know Leslie Odom Jr. did a cover of it, and it's just
Yeah.
it like hurts me a little bit. It's good. It's really good,
But,
but it's not the original. I don't know.
No.
There's something about Nat
Yeah.
King Cole. He just
It's amazing. You're right.
yeah.
Yep. So those are that. Also, recently, just like in general, I've come to find this group called For King and Country, and their Christmas albums are amazing. They like redo it in like a new pop rock way, and it's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah. I have their version of Angels We Have Heard on High stuck in my head like all day.
Okay.
It's so good. Their stuff's so good. So as we're like winding down here, we got two more little subjects here.
Do you know
You
what
know,
I
we-
love about Christmas songs though? Is they so like tie into our memories, right? Like you hear
Yeah.
a song and you're transported back in a time and it's some special memory.
Yeah.
And it makes
There you
me
go.
think of Christmas and winter memories.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just curious as to whether you have favorite Christmas or winter memories that you'd like to share with the folks listening.
So I have two. One of them actually has to do with music, being last Christmas, my Aunt Amanda took me, my little sister, my cousin Avery, and her son Franklin, so like all the older cousins, even though Franklin's like 6, to see the Nutcracker last Christmas. And I love the Nutcracker. We saw it with the Austin Ballet, and it was Franklin's first time going to any theater. Avery is 12 this year, so 11 last year. And she's starting to get into theater. So it was for like 2 older theater loving cousins with her seeing the ballet for the first time.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then the other one is the Osborne Heights. I know I talked about it last year.
That's great.
I went
That's
to
awesome.
see it
Yeah.
the last December that it happened, whenever it was, and just remembering that and seeing the pictures from it like brings me back to that, like walking down and hearing What's This from Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know why that memory sticks out to me, but I remember all the lights and it was what's this? There's magic in the air. Da 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 da. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's my 2 favorite moments or memories that I have.
Okay, now I have to choose. I thought I could buy myself some time. but
Why?
I
We
could
haven't
not.
we haven't picked one answer for anything. You can
No.
it's all
I don't
good.
know.
amongst friends. It's Christmas.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's like so many specific like little things. And it's like, it's not like the whole event in total. It's just like these little vignettes, which is like, I don't know.
It's the Christmas story of Gabby's life.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like my life's version of a Christmas story. But I think one specifically, it would have to be here in San Diego. There's this like really big park where all these museums are, and it's called Balboa Park. And in the past, they've done it for a month, but it's this thing called it used to be called Christmas on the Prado. Now I think it's called December Nights. But I remember it as Christmas on the Prado, and that's like the main street in Balboa Park, and they would shut down the street and they'd fill it with like vendors and people selling hot chocolate and snacks and cookies and decorations and trees, and there was Santa and all this stuff. It was just like huge, and it was always packed. And there was a big theater there that had this like organ, and there would always be people like singing and performing with the organ, and just like being there as a little kid, like walking around, that just like that was like the epitome of like the Christmas season for me. And we tried to go this year, but the traffic was so bad because they only did it for 2 nights this year instead of like the whole month like they used to. And so we couldn't even go, because by the time we would have gotten there, it would have been closed. And so we were like, oh, so we just gave up and came home. But that's like one that really sticks out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I have Emma, you inspired me. This was not one I chose, but talking about theme parks, I started thinking about theme park Christmas because it's magical.
Yeah.
Right? And when I was in college, I was a parades performer at the Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
And so I was in 3 Christmas parades before I moved on and started doing another job. And what was so cool about doing the Christmas parade is we would do overnight rehearsals, because it was the only time that the park would be empty enough that you could run the parade without anyone watching. So we would do the overnight rehearsals of the parade, and the Christmas parade at Walt Disney World, as I'm sure you know, it's amazing, it's beautiful, and it's so long.
Yes.
And so what would happen is we would step off in Frontierland and we would run the first run of the parade. But normally you'd go backstage and we would drive the whole parade all the way back, and we would line up and do it all over again.
Yeah.
But for the overnights, we would like stop there and then just turn around and then run it backwards to kind of save time.
Yeah.
But because the parade was so long, it all couldn't fit backstage. So we would do the first run, and some of the floats would go backstage, but a bunch of the floats, the second half of the parade, had to stay on Main Street.
Wow.
And the second half of the parade was all the North Pole floats.
Yeah.
So it was like the little cute snow-covered cottage.
And the reindeer.
Like, and the reindeer and Mrs. Claus's bakery, and, you know, Santa's
toy
sleigh.
soldiers with the
all of those.
trumpets and all that.
So they parked them all around Town Square, the Magic Kingdom, and then we all took whatever 20-30 minute break, catch our breath, drink some Powerade, and then we'd line up and go back. But on that break time, it was 1 a.m, whatever, and the entire Main Street USA was covered in Christmas parade floats, and we're all in costume wandering around, and so like it just looked like the North Pole. It was like
awesome.
pure magic. And like me and Scotty, my best friend, like that's how we met. We did entertainment together at Disney. And like we would always go, man, like just look around. Like there's not a single guest in the park. And no matter where you look, you see gingerbread men, and you see reindeer, and you see toy soldiers, and you see all these people in Christmas attire. It was just like being completely immersed in Christmas. And like that's something that those of us who did the parade can own, something that was very special that only we could experience. So that was a good Christmas memory.
I feel like that 1 o'clock, like just after midnight time frame, is already kind of like magical on its own. So I couldn't even imagine like in that atmosphere with all of the like Santa's village and being like, that's a gingerbread man. And that, I'm sure that was like crazy.
Yep. So the first year I was a toy soldier.
Okay.
The second year I was Rudolph.
Wow.
And then the third year I was what we call the Dickens dancer.
Okay.
And it was at the very front of the parade. It was the couples dressed like Dickens.
Yeah.
So like, I had a big overcoat and a top hat, and like
Yeah.
I looked like a caroler, and we danced at the very beginning of the parade.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
those were yeah. So I guess the Christmas parade,
Yeah.
and then winter, not Christmas. My grandma used to always take me and my sister skiing. And so when I
Yeah.
think of just favorite winter memories, I think of skiing with my grandma. My grandma skied well into her 60s, maybe even her 70s. Like
Wow.
yeah. And so, I mean, by the time she was taking us, she was at least in her late 60s. And so she couldn't ski all day the way we could, but still, like, just the memories of going to the mountain
Yeah.
with my grandma, skiing with her. And then afterwards, going to dinner, just while it's snowing with the mountains in the
Yeah.
background. It was just, it's magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting to hear like your take on skiing, because my take on skiing was very different as a child.
And I've
Like,
never
yeah?
been skiing, so
yes. Yeah. I mean, like, I enjoyed the easy stuff and like a few things here and there, but there was just this one time my dad and I like went skiing, just the two of us, and like the little baby slopes were closed because it wasn't enough snowfall. It was like really, really late. And so the lower slopes were all closed, and we went on like a black diamond run, and I was like 6 years old,
no,
maybe
that's scary.
7.
Don't do that.
Yeah. And so I just like clung to my dad's legs the whole time. And then I just sat down and went down on my butt because I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yep, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
that's what
And
you
that
have
was
to do
kind
at
of
that
it.
point.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
my family were skiers. So my grandma's a skier, my dad's a skier, I'm a skier. I'm not very sporty, but skiing is sort of the exception because it's just
Okay.
recreational. And yeah, so like I've been skiing since I was probably 6. And so yeah, it's one of those things that like I always look back fondly on. I haven't gone in a couple
Yeah.
years because now I'm back in Florida, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, would you say that's like a tradition that you guys used to have? Like,
it is.
going
It's a
out and skiing?
family
Yeah.
tradition to go skiing during the winter. And I love family traditions.
Oh, me too. I
Same.
like all about tradition.
Yeah.
I'm the one who fights for the tradition sometimes in my family. They're like, let's do something
Me.
different. I'm all, no.
Me. In German like tradition, there's like a little pickle ornament that is the last ornament you put on the tree. My family does that every year, but I think last year my sister was like, "Can we just put it on now?" And I was like, "No, it has to be the last one," because the whole thing is, I think on Christmas Eve, according to the German tradition, the parents would hide it in the tree, and whichever kid found it first would win like whatever little present. My family, it's the last ornament we put on the tree. That means we're done putting ornaments on the tree.
All right.
But that's not
Yeah.
even a tradition I put down on here. So
So what is one of your traditions?
my mom always buys us Christmas pajamas. It's been a thing. I know we bought some. So this year we have a foreign exchange student, and we also got her some matching Christmas pajamas with us. Well, we're bringing some of her traditions in, so we're including her in ours, kind of that whole thing. We got a real tree this year because that's what her family always does. Stuff like that.
Very
But
nice.
decorating the weekend after Thanksgiving is just something my mom and I and my whole family does together.
I think this year we decorated before Thanksgiving, actually.
Yeah, you guys did.
I know, Andy, you said you're like, I wait till after Thanksgiving. Yeah, no, we don't do that.
I do. I know. Listen, I know not everyone does, and I accept that. It's okay. You do you. But like, I think kind of like what you were saying, Emma, is like my tradition is Black Friday. I put up Christmas. Like that's what Black Friday is for. I don't go to stores. I don't shop. I put up Christmas, and I have the day off. So it's like the perfect day to just commit to putting up Christmas, and then by Black Friday evening, Christmas has arrived.
It kind of starts. We did it on Black Friday this year, but usually it starts as soon as the last family member leaves for Thanksgiving. Instead, my mom and I went to Disney Springs and just looked at all the Christmas trees this past year.
Oh,
that was
that works
so fun.
too.
Yeah.
We usually try to wait till after Thanksgiving because usually my grandma's here for Thanksgiving, but we ended up going away for Thanksgiving this year. So we were like, let's put it up. That way it'll be done when we get back. So
that I
was,
completely understand. That makes
that was kind
yes.
of that was kind of it. But yeah, usually we do it with my grandma because she likes doing the tree with us, and so we usually do it like the same weekend of Thanksgiving. But the tradition that I actually put down is all of the baking that me and my mom do. This is like, I don't know, we've been doing it maybe 10 years now, where we just like bake our hearts out like the week before Christmas, and we're in our Christmas PJs from the previous year, because we don't open our Christmas PJs till Christmas Eve, and then you sleep in your PJs and then wake up on Christmas morning. And so we all get matching PJs. This year we got them from Old Navy, and I'm very excited. They're very cute.
I haven't seen ours, but I'm sure my mom got them from Old Navy. That's where they always seem to come from.
It's the best place to get them. Honestly, if you're going to get matching PJs, I think the best place is Old Navy.
Yeah. A couple years ago, we got Mickey
That's
and
good to
Minnie
know.
matching pajamas. And my dad had Mickey Mouse, and my sister, mom, and we all had Minnie Mouse.
Okay,
I still wear that
cute,
one.
though.
Yeah. It had like a plaid bow tie for Mickey, and then the plaid matching hair bow for Minnie.
Yeah. Those are always good. I love my pajamas. I wear them all the time.
And when you do your holiday baking, do you make chocolate crack cookies that Emma likes?
No.
Oh, okay.
We make our sugar cookies. We make
you make your snowflakes.
My snowflakes,
right?
yes.
I
make my
you make your snowflakes.
I make
And the
gingerbread.
gingerbread.
We make peppermint chocolate fudge. And then we make this traditional Arabic dessert. It's also like Greek, but in Arabic it's called betlewa, and it's like baklava, but it's a little different. So instead of like the nuts in between the layers of the phyllo dough, it's just like one layer in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm
sweet.
Our family immigrated from Lebanon to Mexico, so we like mash all the traditions together. It's really fun.
Interesting.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, really fun. So I know, Andy, we talked a little bit about your traditions, but you do have something else written on here.
Yes, I do, because that wasn't my actual answer. I was just relating to Emma and what she was saying.
Okay.
Because same, Thanksgiving's over, the turkey's in our belly. Now I put up Christmas. But what I put down, and I know it's going to sound like self-serving, but it's true. It's true. I swear to God, 100% true. Is ever since I started podcasting, every year I look forward to doing the holiday specials with Michael and Scott on RFRM. Like, as soon as I started a podcast, I was like, oh my God, and we can do holiday episodes. And I was so excited about that. And every year, like, it is a priority. I can't wait to do it. Like, I get so excited as September rolls around, where I'm like, ooh, we can finally start with our Halloween stuff, and then take it all the way through this. And so, yeah, I mean, like I said, we just recorded the Real Fan special this year, but me, Scott, Michael, and then Brendan joins us for that one too. Like, all of us are like, it's one of our favorite days of the year. And it's so silly, but it's one of our, because it's just four friends talking about Christmas specials, talking about Christmas. And it's just something I look forward to all year long. And it has become a tradition. We've now done 10 of them. This was the 10th year. So yeah, so it truly is like doing holiday specials, like Holy Batcast. I always try to do a Christmas episode if possible. Because like, I love watching holiday specials. I love watching holiday movies. And so I like having podcast holiday specials that I can put out into the world, like this episode with you guys.
Yeah. So and we do a whole month of holiday stuff.
I love that. I respect that. That's amazing.
And December.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great.
We dialed it back this October a little bit, because I think we watched in total last year, I think we watched
20
horror movies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well,
that's good though. That's what it's for. You should.
Yeah.
20 Halloween movies, 4 of which were like children appropriate movies. The rest were all horror movies. But
and then this year we did more so like history episodes.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do next year, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's so many possibilities.
You got 9 or 10 months to figure it out, but it truly has gotten to the point where, like, I'll talk to Scott and Michael in like February and go, I think I have my Halloween choice, or I think I know what I'm doing for next Christmas. Like, it's just,
that's already me with next Christmas.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
We're doing our deep dive movies, and I've already chosen mine for next year.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Disorder, like same thing. Like
Yeah.
once we changed up the Disorder format, it's like, oh, good. Now we can pick something for Halloween and we can pick something
Yeah.
for Christmas.
Yeah.
And Tron's Giving for November.
Yes.
So,
And then we
okay,
also do our birthday episodes.
this is true.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is like free for all. Choose whatever you want.
Sweet.
Yeah. But I was gonna ask, have you already seen the new Guardians of the Galaxy special?
I have.
I have not.
I haven't
was-
either.
I was
I
going
have.
to try and watch it literally today, but instead we finished Wednesday. So
Wednesday was so good.
it was so good. It was amazing. I loved
Yeah.
it. And that was just it. As we were like, should we watch something Christmassy? But we only have 2 more episodes of Wednesday. And we're like, let's finish Wednesday. Then it's all Christmas.
Yeah.
So
The
Guardians
Guardian
is like
special was
right
real
up there.
cute. I really liked it a lot. My boyfriend and I ended up watching it in line for what ride was it? I forget what ride, but it was like a 40-minute ride and it's a 40-minute special or 40-minute line.
you
And it's a
watched it in
40-minute special.
line?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had already watched it. It was his first time watching it.
Okay. I mean, I guess it's probably not the ideal way to watch it.
No.
Yeah.
A lot
He
of
had
distraction.
just been spoiled and was like, I don't want to get spoiled anymore.
Oh, okay.
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 Cool.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Andy. This was so much fun. I hope we get to do some other stuff together very soon.
Yeah.
For sure. No, thank you guys for the invite. This was so fun. Like I said, I love talking holidays. I love talking
Yeah.
Christmas, and you guys are great. So I do
Thank you.
appreciate it. It was super fun.
Oh, thank you. We're so glad you're
Thank you.
here.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to plug while we're here? I mean, you're probably going to bring more listeners to us than we are to you, but
Yeah.
That's okay. It's okay. So I mean, honestly, right now it's the holiday specials for real fans, because
Yeah.
if you guys are in the mood for listening to holiday talk, we just released the commercial episode where we talked
Okay.
about 3 classic Christmas commercials.
Oh,
Yeah.
very
And that was
fun.
super fun. And then I am in the I think this is coming out in a little like in a week or so. So it'll be done by the time this comes out. But I'm currently editing the Christmas special that'll come out closer to Christmas itself. But like I said,
Yeah.
those are always so fun and we love doing them. So that's the original show, Real Fans for Real Movies. Then there's of course Holy Batcast, and there's Disorder. I think for Disorder, oh my God, can I say this out loud?
This comes out
Maybe
on the
it's an
14th.
exclusive. Maybe it's exclusive for you
Oh,
guys first.
Okay.
We're
Ooh.
we're planning to do the Santa Claus for Disorder for December,
Ooh.
but we haven't recorded it yet. So like if
Okay.
things change, I'm sorry, but for now
Yeah.
that's the plan. Mostly because the show's out, so it seems like it's a good time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's for Disorder, every Disney film. So yeah, all those shows, they're all part of the network, rf4rm.com. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Letterboxd. It's just my name, Andy DiGenova, ANDYDIGENOVA. So thank you. Thanks everybody at home. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and whatever you're doing this holiday season, make it merry, make it bright, and enjoy.
Yes.
Yes, because
Merry
after
Christmas.
all, the best way to spread Christmas cheer is by singing loud for all to hear. I had to throw it in. I had to do it.
I'm surprised you
Somewhere.
didn't do Bye Buddy.
Oh, bye.
What's your favorite color?
buddy. Hope you find your dad. Favorite color?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color?
Oh, I was like, what?
No, sorry.
Yeah.
That's my favorite random joke in that movie.
That very much is a random joke.
I love that answering the phone. What's your favorite color?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, we got a big chunk of fandom news to do today. So we will let you be on your way.
Oh, thank
Um,
you. Okay, great.
But thank you again for coming
Thank
by.
you so much for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for the invite. I'm glad we could
Yeah.
find the time, and you guys have a
Same.
wonderful Christmas, truly.
Thank
and
you
it's
as
great
well.
talking to you both.
You
Great
too.
talking to you. Bye.
Great talking to you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Brandy will return to the role of Cinderella in a new installment of Disney Descendants musical franchise on Disney Plus.
Disney Cruise Line has announced summer sailings for 2023 to celebrate the cruise line's 25th anniversary. Guests who book on these sailings can expect special looks from Captain Mickey and Minnie, a brand new signature song, commemorative merchandise, and delightful culinary creations. There's even a brand new membership tier for Castaway Club, which recognizes returning Disney Cruise Line guests with exclusive rewards and perks.
The Disney version of Alexa is finally being rolled out at Disney resorts. At the moment, guests at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort have been notified that cast members will be coming to their rooms to install the Hey Disney version of the American Echo. With over 25 character voices, this will surely add some more magic to the guest experience.
Drag Race star Jinx Monsoon will make her Broadway debut as matron Mama Morton in Chicago of next year.
Yes. The Mousetrap is coming to Broadway in 2023.
Bradley Dean, Sean Allen Krill, Bryce Pickham, and more are to join Chess's benefit concert.
A Doll's House, starring Jessica Chastain, will begin performances at the Hudson Theater in February.
The Phantom of the Opera delays final Broadway performance by 8 more weeks. They're extending until April 16th of 2023.
The Epcot International Festival of the Arts to celebrate visual, culinary, and performing arts begins on January 13th. 3 times each evening, you'll be able to witness some of Broadway's stars performing songs from Disney on Broadway stage productions. And here's the full lineup of these performers. So from January 13th.
I'm honestly so jealous. Some of these are so good.
I want to go. The last day is my birthday.
You gotta.
I have to go.
You gotta.
Have to spend the like $100 or more on tickets to see.
You gotta.
January 13th through 20th, Carol Lindsay and Kevin Macy. January 14th through the 22nd, Ariel Jacobs and Adam Jacobs. January 23rd through 26th, through 29th through the 30th, and February 2nd through the 3rd, Patty Murin and Robert Creighton. January 24th, 27th through 28th, the 31st, and February 1st, and then the 4th through the 5th,
Jeez.
Mandy Gonzalez and L. Steven Taylor.
Which, like, Mandy Gonzalez, yes.
Yes. February 6th, 8th through 9th, 12th through 13th, and 16th through 17th, Ashley Brown and Michael James Scott. February 7th, the 10th through the 11th, the 14th through the 15th, and 18th through the 19th, Kissy Simmons and Josh Strickland. And on February 20th, there's going to be a special extended finale performance featuring Ashley Brown, Michael James Scott, Kissy Simmons, and Josh Strickland.
Big win.
Yeah. You see, out of all of them, I want to see Carol Lindsay or Ariel and Adam Jacobs.
Oh, for sure.
The sibling duo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact, they were both in Aladdin at different times. Yeah. Ariel Jacobs played Jasmine, and Adam Jacobs played Aladdin in the OBC. She played it in the original Australian cast. But
that's funny.
They both played Aladdin and Jasmine, and their brother and sister in real life.
That's funny.
Yeah.
An all-new production of The Wiz will ease on down the road back to Broadway following a national tour next year.
We've finally got a closing date for Walt Disney World's Splash Mountain, which will be on January 23rd for the retheme to start for Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop. I'm excited.
Tony Award winner Aaron Tveit will be rejoining the cast of Moulin Rouge in January, with David Harris and Andre Ward joining the cast in February.
Britney Spears' musical, Once Upon a One More Time, will open on Broadway in spring of 2023.
Which, like,
that is our last fandom fact of 2022. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Fan Fatales. We are a proud part of the Real Fans Podcast Network.
That's right, and if you want to check out more shows on the network, you can find them at rf4rn.com.
We will be taking our winter holiday break for the next couple of weeks, so please check back with us in the new year.
Remember to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts.
And subscribe to us on YouTube.
Please leave us a review and comment down below to tell us what you thought of the show. And remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FanFatalesPod for the latest updates. Now, Emma, where can the people find you on social media?
So my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok are all at SnippyEmma, which is SNIPPYEMMA. What about you, Gabs?
I'm at Gaby Jen on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. That's GABYJENT.
Our editing is by the wonderful Carolyn Meyer.
And as always, thank you for tuning in.
Bye!
These expressed in this episode do not reflect the band or company that they're about.